Welcome back to the Adventure Athlete. This one is about me and my stresses and running silly ultras for the fun. Also, if you would like to do a half marathon, Will has one coming soon, and I think you should all join in because I'll be there. And I love running, and I love running with anyone. So enjoy the podcast.
What was your call to adventure?
Well, I've thought about it, as you know, and to people who don't run, I normally say logical progression, chasing that extra bit of pain, going further, going longer, but a lot of it's probably stress. And yeah, I started in 2014, no idea what I'm doing.
Still don't.
Yeah, still don't know what I'm doing. Half marathon, trained by just going around Roth Lake. For about 4 years I did that, just around Roth Lake. For nothing else, didn't know where else to go. My confidence in anything is like zero then. I didn't know how to go anywhere, didn't know anywhere existed pretty much. So 4 years of that, let's do a marathon, and still didn't know where I'm going. Just trying to train for that was like, how can I go around the park? How many times can I do that? So I joined a club, met some guys, and they said, Taff Trail. What the hell's the Taff Trail? I don't even know what that is. So from there, it's just like, I'll do this again. But there's only so much of that you can do, which is shocking. And then, 2019, my father-in-law, he had Parkinson's and bowel cancer, and he died in, I think it's 2018. But I thought, I'll do something for that, because it was a stressful time, and I thought I'll run from Aberystwyth to Cardiff and then do the half marathon straight after. And I've never even run an ultra, and this was like 110, then 13 for the half. And the training was just, I trained like I was training for a marathon or a half marathon. Didn't do anything over 20 odd miles. And yeah, it got to the day and I was thinking, I'm ready for this. I'm ready. No hills. I never did a single hill. So there was no hills in Cardiff to run Taff Trail. You get about 400 foot at most. And start off doing that. First section was about 40 miles from Aberystwyth Beach to Beulah, which is over Abergwessin, for 6,000 foot of climbing. And I instantly regretted my life choices. Just like, what am I doing? I didn't have any food. Didn't have a clue what you're supposed to do for an ultra. It was like, I know I got to walk some hills. I read about that, and took like some gels mostly. Took loads of gel, like about 60 gels with me, thinking that'll work. So you have in a marathon. And I got to 40 miles, absolutely battered. Like, put my legs in a bucket of water. Like, then it was from there. We had like a little sleep. We had some food in a pub, and from there it was over Epping, so where we do Edam. But it was straight through the middle. Didn't know it was an army thing. Straight over the top of that. My knees were gone. They were absolutely battered. My ankles were falling apart, and it was just up, and it was pissing down constantly. And I got to, it was like Brecon. We're going to Brecon over there. So we got near Brecon, and my mate rang me to say, how are you doing? I got so excited, and I thought, I'm going to blast it. I'm going to blast this last bit. It was about a marathon distance. And everything pulled, and it was like, I can't walk. I can't even move. And we still had like the Brecon to Cardiff Ultra to do, so it's 50 miles in what we were doing. So going back to my house, So 50 miles from there with no legs and no feet. Just no food. Like, I think I got a pork pie and that was about it. And every step, it was like, I couldn't walk because my ankle would hurt and I couldn't run because my knees were hurting. So my mate was cycling, Alex, he cycled the whole thing with me. Poor guy, I feel so bad. So much thanks for him for doing that, because he cycled at whatever pace I was doing with like supply of water or whatever, and he was just going, come on, you can do it. It's like, I can't do anything. So I took it like as a challenge then. My father-in-law, after the pain he was in to do what he had to go through, just my legs, there's nothing, is it? You just keep going. So I just said, I'm going to keep running. It's one or the other pain. Just keep going. And like, there's like a video of me running to Rocky music, and it's like the worst shuffle, like shuffling along. But I got home, and because of that, like we know now from ultras, like when you don't eat, your stomach can't eat anything then. And I got home, and it was like a big massive bowl of pasta, and I was just like, can't eat it. And then I had a little sleep and I had to get up for the half, and that was the worst possible half for pain ever. It was like, I had my sister-in-law's a physio, and she'd take me up and she said, I'm going to give you my advice, and it's, you shouldn't run because you've torn everything in your feet, you've torn your knees. And it was, I know what you're going to say though, you're going to do it anyway. So it was like, yeah, take me up, and I'll do it. Painkillers. I took painkillers, and it instantly wore off before the start, because you get ready so early, don't you? You have them. The race started, I was just like, just struggling the whole way. But I still did a sub 2 hour, so I was quite happy.
What?
So it was quite impressive to do that, and I thought, yeah, this is leading me to. Oh, I didn't mention though, I didn't plan any of the route, so I didn't know where I was going. Because obviously I have.
Oh my god! It just gets more and more you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was more and more like, yeah, someone else will know the route. Like my brother-in-law, he didn't know the route either, really. We just had a phone and we went, we're going there, so we need to go like that way. But it was all roads as well, so it was just brutal. But my mate gave me like a military map that he works for the military, and he gave me a full map of the route. And so we just, beforehand, we were like, oh, we go there, go that way. And it was just, the whole thing, I was, where are we going next? Where are we going? It's like, I didn't have a clue where I was going. Just following, just keep going and get it done. But yeah, that was before COVID. So I was quite happy with that. I raised a lot of money. And then COVID came, and that fucked me up pretty much. Because the whole, like, wife is a nurse, so she was COVID nurse. I work in a shop, so I still had to work. And the kids had to be home, didn't they? So I had to teach. I don't know how to teach. I can't even do any maths anymore. It was like trying to work out how to do any maths from scratch with the way they do them. And I just went, oh, we'll just do PE. So every day it would be like, we'll just go do PE today. I'd run. They would either tag along behind, bikes, whatever. And it was just a thing then of doing that. But the stress it gave me, I didn't know it at the time, but it was a stress-related skin condition that, without medical help, it's pretty bad. It's called nodular prurigo, and it takes all your skin off, everything. Like I've just scars everywhere from it, and you couldn't see a doctor, so I was just struggling for 16 months, no sleeping, no skin. But the only thing that was getting me through was running. So just kept doing that. Kept running, trying to get out of my comfort zone a bit, going different places. Not properly. I'd always have to be with someone holding my hand because I can't nav, as you know. But I finally got took me a long time. I was at a point of contemplated suicide quite a lot. It was every day just thinking, this is killing me. And I phoned the doctor and they were like, straight away, I got seen straight away then in hospital. So I had 40 half a year of treatment in a sun box just to try and cure. NHS won't find what caused it. They didn't ever tell me what caused the problem. They're just trying to treat the problem. So unless you know what causes it, it'll come back. And so I had half a year of treatment, and then soon as it got to 2003, my wife she found out she had cancer, and it was quite bad. It was it was a bad like a breast cancer, but it was really aggressive, and that just messed me up again because she's a nurse. She talks to me in like nurse talk. So without you, for me, that was just like, what, you're gonna die? Everything. She's like, if I die, if this happens, this is what you do with this. This might be what happens with that. And my head just went, and I've never been so bad in my whole life. Like, I didn't really ever believe there was such a thing as stress. It's a weird thing to say. Like, I've always been quite happy, but I don't know if that's a false happy half the time. And it really hit me. Like, the whole world felt as though there was no happiness left in it, and I was just like, couldn't even smile or anything. But during her treatment, like, she had multiple ops to remove, and every one of them, because I couldn't stay in the house, I would run, and I used it to try and find more places that I like in the Ridgeway, like to progress, to try and improve my own ability to nav myself, but also to get out of the house, because I just would stand there waiting by the telephone, like, come on, where is she? But gradually just kept running to combat my stress as well. And yeah, so I can't remember what I was going to say now.
What is it about running, do you think, that helps you deal with these situations?
It just pretty much takes my mind off everything. So if I'm out, I don't use headphones, never have. It kind of reduces any thought of doing anything, because when I was ill, I would scratch myself to death. But if I went out, there would be no scratching, there would be no pain or anything. Just keep running until I got back, and then start again. So it was kind of a way of reducing it for a short time, just to remove any thoughts in my head that were messing me up. But yeah, it wasn't a good time.
No, I can't imagine it was.
It lasted, like, with the operations and a treatment, it took us like beginning of 2024, I think. 2024? Yeah, 2024. And the stress from it didn't really appear, because I think the running like held it in, because I repressed it all and kept it down. And I did this, like, a friend said, oh, I know someone who's doing a slam, and I was like, oh yeah, I'd love to do that, even though I can't work out where I'm going. But so he got me in touch with Nia, and we both did the slam together. We stuck together the whole thing, and as soon as the slam finished, it's like my body went, we're gonna drop it all on you now, and that was end of 24, and skin came back even worse though, like really bad. Like I couldn't put socks on because it just ate my legs. Just I got edema in the legs, so they were like that, just massive legs, and my skin just completely like it just went off, like my whole arms went off. But I could go to the doctor then, and they didn't even want to see. They didn't want to see anything. They just went, "Oh yeah, take some drugs." But the drugs, it was steroids and antibiotics. It made my hair fall out. All my hair fell off, and I was like, "That's not normal. It's just making me worse." So the wife said, how about we try something different? Try a homeopath." And it's probably the best thing I've ever done, because it was like a therapy session in itself. Because she talked me through everything from birth, pretty much. Like, what makes you do this? What makes you do that? Like, every question you could ask, it was, so why'd you do that? And like, I don't know. It's like, why are you smiling when you're talking to me? And it's like, it's a nervous smile, I think. She's like, you're always smiling, even when you're talking about sad things. It's like, yep, that's my issue. But she pretty much made me realise that the whole reason my skin doesn't like stress, so it was my body's way of getting the stress out, was through my skin. So, like, I met you beginning of 25, didn't I? And I always had a hat on. The hat was because I had no hair. That's what a lot of people say. You always wear a hat. It's like, yeah, I didn't have any hair. Because a lot of people now say, have you been dyeing your hair? It's like, no, I didn't have any hair. This is just grown back. Just
Yeah. I didn't know any of that.
No, I know. I don't normally tell people. It's not something I've ever told many people.
Yeah.
Like,
so, just going back to the first time you did 100 miles, wild, by the way. It's really stuck in my head now. It's just, why Aberystwyth? Why Aberystwyth to Cardiff?
because father-in-law lived in Aberystwyth.
Okay, so that makes sense.
So yeah.
And then what made you go from running a marathon to being like, yeah, I'll run across the country? Like, that's quite a big step.
It is a big step, and like I said, I wasn't prepared.
Surprise, surprise.
It was, yeah. I got a track record of that. Yeah, it was just I don't know. I felt I needed to do something. I needed to change the way I looked on everything. Like, I couldn't just carry on running around the Road Park, because I broke my foot just doing the half because I didn't train. I broke a metatarsal in that foot, and it was like this. How did I break down a half? So yeah, I just thought I need to do something better. I need to change the way I think, get out of my comfort zone, but also that I didn't do any map thing for that. That was absolutely. If you put me there now, I'd be able to do it. But back then, I was just constantly asking, where are we going now? Where are we going now? Are we nearly there yet? It was like I was like a kid in the back of a car. Are we nearly there? Yes. But no. Since then though, I do love a stupid as well. I did in COVID, they did in the school who can run the most miles in a week, and if you put that challenge in my head, I will win. And there was a dad in the school. It was like a semi-pro, and I thought, I'm gonna beat this guy. I won't name him because he'll come after me or something. But I don't even think he knew. I think his ex-wife was just posting his runs to get his numbers up, and my friend Kath, who was organising it, she was, oh, he's ahead of you. He's ahead of you. So constant. Every day I would do a run. And I got 126 miles in the week. And I thought, yeah, I won. I didn't get a prize, though. I was good. I was like, this is just what I do. I just... If you put a challenge out there, I'm going to do it. Just for the fun of it.
See, as soon as you said, like, oh, who could do the most miles in a week sort of thing, I'm the same as you. And, like, we've got that peak nonsense group chat.
Yeah.
Like... Put that in that group chat. Just be like, right, guys, who's going to run the most miles in a week?
Yeah.
What? That would kick off. Like, that will be a proper competition then. We'll probably end up seeing, like, 300 miles in a week. Like,
yeah, I know. That would be... Oh, that's too many.
but just, like...
I've got to go to work.
I mean, you got me in the group for a start, so I'm going to be like...
Oh, yeah.
Who's having some then?
Yeah.
And I would just do runs, just stupid runs, just to piss you all off. Like, I might not even be that invested in the competition because I'm like, I've got other things to worry about. But I would just be like, you know what's going to fuck them off?
Yeah.
I'm going to run 50 miles today. Fuck them. Just, yeah, get that in their heads.
Yeah, I would probably be the same, but I wouldn't be able to manage some... Like a Thursday, I can't run on a Thursday because I've got night shifts. And it's just, that's the only day. The other days I don't mind. I'll go tired. I'll go after work. It doesn't bother me. But I'll just keep running. Pain's part of the fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
You gotta love a bit of pain.
I imagine, like, between, like, me, you, Courtney, Plod, like, everyone in that group, like...
Super Plod now. He's beefed. He's beefed up.
Beefed up. He did sub 25k today.
I know.
Shout out Plod for sub 25k.
Yeah.
He's just beat a 10-year PB there. Like,
I know.
Yeah.
That was good.
What a hero.
Well, we knew it was close after we did that
Yeah.
track session. That was just a slow start, I think.
But yeah, like, just that group alone, like, Plod would just take the week off work. He'll be like, cool, right, booked off.
Yeah, I know.
How, like, who wants to, like, kick this off? He'd be like, I'll do 100 miles right now.
On
like,
the roundabout.
Yeah. He does not care. He will just... You mention the word challenge to any of us, and it's like, cool, who's winning? Like, what's the price?
Who doesn't love a chat?
So you did the slam then. How did the slam go, 24?
Oh, I loved it. I loved the slam. It was great.
That must have seemed... Was that, like, technically, like, your first ultras after that 100?
I did the run, walk, crawl, Penarth to Mogmore, the 30,
Yeah.
50, and I ran that. This is a stupid story as well. I ran that because I'd only ever done marathons. I'd ran that as a marathon, as the pace you would go. I got to Barry, and we were at the front, and I made everybody stop because my Pokemon Go maps was telling me I was going the wrong way. Because that was my maps back then. It was Pokemon Go maps, and I stopped. Everyone stopped and go. There's only one way to go, and it's like, yeah, but this should be by there. I don't know if you've seen Pokemon Go maps. It's just a person on a. It to stop people as well in their race to say they're going the wrong way was laughable. So then I put that away, never to be seen ever again. And me and my mate Daisy were in 5th and 6th, and I missed the water stop, and it was like 27 degrees, and all of a sudden I went boom, just like full dehydration mode. And I said, you go, you carry on. I'm gonna sit under this tree and and hope for the best. But I managed to pull myself out of the tree and finished 10th, which is all right considering. And I said I'd never run in an ultra again. Never. I said I'm never running again after that, because it was just because you obviously, if you've never done an ultra properly, or that was pretty much my first real ultra, apart from Aberystwyth, and I didn't eat again. It just gels but I'm running at that pace as well, missing a water stop, and then it was bad. It was that trying to eat at the end, just like falling out your mouth, like, oh, it's not going, can't get the food in. And I thought, nah, this isn't for me. This is just silly. And then somebody said, why don't you do Vogum? And it was, I think, 2022. And I did Vogum then with the She Runs ladies. They gave me a lift down. And I really enjoyed that one. It was like, this is amazing. I can run from Porthcawl to here. How is that possible? How is that even a thing? I think I did like 7 hours 15 or something. And I thought, I'm dead. But I really enjoyed that. And then that was where the slam, I realised you could do a slam then. It was like, I think I had a look and it was like a couple of people had done it. And it was Lee Davis was, he was running there. And I saw him there and someone said, oh, you should read his post. And I was thinking, how is he running at 8-minute miles and all this? Forever pace. And I was like, what the hell? I was thinking, yeah, I could do an 8-minute mile, but not for 40 miles. So then, when someone said, do you want to do the slam? It was like, yeah, I'll go with that. I think that'd be a good idea. You might, I'll run with you. It was Nia. And I said, I'll run with you because I will not survive. I will not, I'll get lost. I'll run off like a bell end, like 100 miles an hour, like it's a marathon. So I said, I'll stay with you and we'll do the whole thing together. And yeah, it was amazing just to see those, like you could run these different places, just like, and then I really changed then. That was when I really thought, yeah, this is actually a good idea. This long running anywhere. So then from there, I'd never use public transport to go anywhere. It would always be local run. Like even today, I got the train. Like I would never got the train a few years ago. Oh, train! Like how do you do that? Like a bus. Ooh, it's got people on it. But like now, if you say, do you want to go for a run somewhere? And we'll do a 30-miler for my birthday. I'm in. I'm all up for that. Anything. But like that, 2025 last year. What year are we on now? So I don't write dates down. I don't know what day of the week it is. But yeah, it was like I'll do 100 because doing the slam, I thought, yeah, my legs are fine. I did 50. They're fine. They can keep going. I could carry on now if I wanted to. And I thought, oh, I'll do the 100. That'll be a lovely thing to train for. And that is really when I properly thought, yeah, let's get out anywhere, train and then run from wherever. So a lot of recce's, a lot of travelling to different places and running back home from different places just to see if I could. Because when I was unable to nav, or I can't nav now, but as soon as I got lost, it would be instant panic mode. Like I'd be just stood there like, oh, what do I do? Ring somebody. And you don't need to be like that. You just gotta just look, open your eyes. But the panic would take over so bad that I would just like fall in, just sit on the floor and just go, oh no, I don't know where to go. I didn't even think like just go back and take a different way. But like now, I don't mind. A bit of lost is fun, isn't it? You get lost, that's even better.
Yeah. You're really learning the way of the trails there, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you got to get lost. That's the point of being here.
I was going to run home today, but I thought it's a bit wet.
Yeah,
and
just a little bit.
And I'd have to go through I didn't know what time it would be, and it might be dark. And, you know, I'll just run to the train station.
I mean, you can always just change your mind and still run home.
Yeah,
like,
it was a thought, but it's the time. I think I don't know what time we'd be finishing. So
yeah,
it just
well, we'll see. And then if you want any snacks, I'll snack you up, and then just be like, cool, there you go, fuck off home, get running.
Yeah, I know the way now. After we did it, we done the route, haven't we?
Yeah, we did.
That was a good day.
That was a good day.
Many a good days with you, Will.
Because we have only done 2 runs together.
Pretty much.
Rhythm and my birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Rhythm wasn't the official Rhythm.
No,
although we did
the 6 in
did
6
that,
Rhythm.
Yeah, the 6 and 6 Rhythm.
Best. I still say to this day that was the best. I wouldn't say a run. I'm not 100% sure. I turned up thinking I met Rose, and she picked me up, and like, oh, I'm ready to do some running now. And then we saw you in a lay-by on the way, and we thought, let's not wave at him, because you were like this, looked like a dead person in the back of your car.
Oh, I forgot about that. Because, yeah, I felt really sick on the way.
You were hanging out the back.
Yeah, I was like, I think my mum or my dad was driving the car. I think it was my mum, and I was like, pull over. She was like, what? I was like, please pull over.
Yeah.
They're like, are you okay? I was like, please just pull over. And they just pulled over, and I just got out, and I was just...
Yeah, your head
in
in the knees.
Oh no, I don't want to do this.
And we, like, even then, I still thought, oh man, there's some fast people here. I'm going to be having to keep up all day. And we started, and I'm not 100% sure, but I think we walked to a bench, and you had to sit down.
Yeah, literally. So it was because it starts in Park Penalty, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I just remember just being like, right, like really slowly getting out the car, and everyone's there, and I just leaned my poles into the floor, and I just leaned my chest into them because I didn't want to stand up. I was looking at that picture yesterday, funnily enough, and I was like, mate, I was in a state. Everyone's there waiting to go. I've got on Edward's vest. He's got his Aldi bag. The famous Aldi bag.
The best running vest you could have, an Aldi bag.
And then
so funny.
It was just like, right, 3, 2, 1, go, and I just shuffle along, and I was just like, I know there's a bench at the end of this path, and it was literally like, we got to the bench and it was 400 meters, like literally exactly 400 meters, but it was out of sight from everyone at the start. And I was like, guys, I need to take a minute, like, and you're all like, what? I was like, I'm sitting down.
This is gonna be a long day.
And I was just like, yeah, this is going to be a really long day at this point.
It was like, I think it was Lee mentioned, he was trying to work out the timings, and he was like, we're on for a 20 hour run. I was thinking, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, 20-hour rhythm.
Oh,
bloody hell.
That is a time on the legs.
Yeah.
That's a good time on the legs.
Big time on feet with that. And then, yeah, I don't think I started running until, like 3k in?
Yeah.
At least.
But you did just run hills. Still. Like, it's like, oh, he's running. He's running up a hill. And we all have to keep up with you there. We're like, we're walking hills.
It was the opposite of everything you've ever learnt about ultras.
Yeah, the opposite.
We was like, yeah, run hills, walk everything else.
Yeah.
But running the hills was the only thing that didn't hurt my hamstring. So that was the only point that I could run. So every hill we got to, I'm like, I'm capitalising on the pain-free running. And then my endless trail naps.
Yeah, I didn't even know you were asleep until I heard you say that. Like, everyone had pretty much the same photos, didn't they, of you lying down. Like, my Instagram is you lying down with the music of I'm a Cactus. That was a different story altogether.
Oh, good old cactus balls. And that day was just literally, that was pure nonsense.
That was.
I did it. You guys finished before me, like.
Yeah.
I've seen the videos of you, Edwards, and Rose finishing, and it's daylight. And then by the time I finish, it's pitch black.
It was closing in when we finished. We were just thinking, where was he? Is he going to be okay? He's going to be long. But meeting those two though, James and Rose, that was a hilarious day. I think we went into delirium mode. Pretty much the time on the feet, lack of food. We all started talking absolute garbage. And we were thinking, like, maybe we should just make Will think he's actually on his own. Because the amount we were talking rubbish, it was like, surely he should be being like this. Not
I found it funny because you guys stayed with me apart from the end for the whole day, and like you did the whole route. Like it was like 15 and a half hours for me, which isn't a course record for me by any means.
That's my longest 30 miler.
But it was just there was points in it where there's a big group of us running and we're obviously getting lost because it's us lot. And there were points where I'm like, it's this way, guys, we're going this way. Or like, I would see you guys run down one way and I'd shout at you and be like, guys, you've missed the turn in.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, shit, like, that's our job, is to make sure he's not getting lost. And he's the one correcting us.
I did those same mistakes when I was running with John on last year with him. Still did the mistakes. And I've done it like 3 times.
Yeah.
And I still made the same mistakes. It's like, you know my nav is shit. You know I'm not going to know where I'm going, even though I know where I've been there before. Unless I'm looking on my phone at the little red line from Strava where I've been before, I won't know where I'm going. It doesn't matter how many times I've done something. Just, I'll get it one day.
One day.
One day. No, I won't. It's part of the fun. It's part of the fun to not know where you're going. It's even better.
Yeah, that was a good day. I just loved how when Edwards came on the podcast, like pulled out a list of moments from that day, just being like, right, we're going through this one by one. No one will care apart from me, you, Matt, and Rose. And I'm like, I'm game for it.
Yeah, that was. I didn't want to steal that idea. He brought up everything. And if you want to see what happened, just go back to James's podcast, and then you'll know.
It summarises the whole day in detail, minute by minute breakdown of the day.
The Aldi bag. That video came up the other day, and I was just like, every time I see it, just a little chuckle, like. Such a sore, must have a sore hand, 8 miles like that. With everything in it, like 2 meal deals.
Oh, that was funny as fuck. Yeah, and then the birthday run, like that was the only other time that I've run with you.
Yeah, but I kept seeing you though, didn't I? It was from Big Moose. I saw you at every single race that either one of us was doing. It was pretty. You would appear and it'd be like, yeah.
It became a running joke, didn't it?
Yeah. It's like I'd be home going, I wonder if I'll see Will today. And then you would appear and it'd be like, I volunteered at Pigham and you were
sweeping.
Yeah. And it was like, oh, did you say it again? Do you want some cake? Yeah, there we go.
And then I took a
whole red velvet. I'll have that later.
Mate, the amount of food when I've swept races and stuff,
that's
the
amount
of food that I've taken, I get to the aid station, they're like, "We got all of this. Do you want anything?" And I'm like, "How much am I allowed?" Like that's the real question. Not do I want anything. It's like how much do you want? Will?
You're the last person, and it all.
And it's just like getting there and you being like, "Do you want any cake?" And I'm like, "What cake have you got?" It's
all
like,
of it.
"Oh, we got a red velvet." How much red velvet have you got? It's like, oh, it's unopened. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Take it. It's going in the bag. I don't care. Like it's a long day out for me. It's in the bag. Like.
And you appeared at Epona because you were sweeping that as well.
Yeah.
And it was like, Will again. Every race, it's like, I wonder if I'll see Will at this way. Oh, that was a good race as well. I enjoyed Epona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go into Epona then, because like there's the famous Wilson from Epona. Yeah. So we gotta get that on the podcast. What's the deal with Wilson?
Well, I do like a cup of tea when I'm running. Not during a run, not splashing on your face, but every checkpoint. I don't know. There's something in it that makes me feel so like settles my stomach. I don't know. But from the start, it was like, I really like a cup of tea, but I haven't got a cup. And I got to, I think it was checkpoint 3 with Kath Thompson and Kaz. And they said, do you want a cup of tea? And I was like, oh, yes, please. And he's like, this is Reese's cups though, and I don't want to steal Reese's cups because he goes nuts. But I thought I'll keep the cup, and I'll keep it for the next one. But then Reese appeared in his van. I said, "Is that one of my cups?" I said, "No, I've got this one from home. I'm keeping it for the whole race." And he went, "You better do." And it was like every checkpoint then I'd have a cup of tea in the same cup. And I got to checkpoint 5, and Chris was there, and he drew a little face on it and said, "You got to keep that to the end now." And I thought, "Okay, go on then. I'll keep that to the end. Keep it going." And then every stop was have a cup of tea. It was battered by the end, but he's still alive. But I got to the end, and Reese is like, "Why'd you keep that for? Why didn't you just get a clean one?" It was like, "You told me to have to keep it." But I thought it was kind of like, if I kept the cup, I'd forget about myself, forget about what pain I was going through. Just got to get this cup to the end. So the cup to the end. But
takes the focus completely off.
Yeah,
you.
Take the focus away from sleep deprivation, the fact that you may need the toilet 85 times in a run because you've had too much caffeine, something. But yeah, he stayed to the end, and he still got him. He's up on the wall with the buckle and the the medal and the number. But yeah, still, I next 100, I'll bring my own. Maybe. Which camera's
bring your
on me.
own, but bring your own
Wilson.
disposable cup.
Yeah.
It can't be like everyone else turns up with like an actual
Yeah.
metal mug or like a cup
Yeah.
or something that like you're gonna wash and use again. Like
I
bring
do-
a disposable cup and keep it till the end.
I got a thing of collecting though, and every time I get one of these cups now, it's like, I got another Wilson, and the wife's like, "Bin, you can't keep another one." It was like, "I got a different colour Wilson." It's like my girls are like, "Oh, you got to keep that. You got." It's like, "No, Bin." I feel so bad. It's like he's not even alive, but I feel like he's going in the bin. But for next one, I will keep one because Devona.
You're doing Devona.
Yeah, I was going to do all 3, but it's my daughter's GCSEs, and I thought I'll end up dragging them around the country. So I'll next year. Plus, I'll put it on camera. I want to do Serona with Nia. Nia?
There you go. Get on it, Nia. You've been called out now. You're doing Serona next year.
When she's ready.
No, next year. It's out now. Like, that's it. You're
gotta
signed
do it.
up.
I've signed you up.
Reese, save a space.
'Cause
Matt and Nia, Serona, 27. So
I know you're doing your 3/100s into Devona. So it was like, I got to be there for that. Probably won't.
You're just like, I want another rhythm at this point. I want another 6 and 6 finish. Wait till he's absolutely delirious, and then I'll run with him.
I probably won't stay with you on that one because you might be in a bad way.
I'm gonna be flying, mate.
You're
know what you're on about.
I'm gonna beat you on that one.
I'm gonna throw this out there. If any of you lot are at Devona and I beat you, quit. Quit running. There is no reason why someone after running 200 miles should beat you in a 100-miler.
But have fun in your own race. Don't.
Yeah, have fun. Enjoy it.
If you see Will, then
just don't get beat.
yeah, trip him up.
See me, panic, then fucking run. Until that moment, love it. In fact, I can't even say that because someone said a similar thing to me at Edam. They were like, if you beat me at Edam, day 5 of your 6, if you beat me, I'm going to quit. And there was just something in me that at the start of that, I went out like a fucking loaded gun.
It's the challenge though, isn't it?
The first mile, I was in first place.
It doesn't matter how bad you are, you can always push for a challenge.
And I think that shit up a lot of people then because they were like, he's on day 5 and he's in the lead.
If he can do it,
and
I
then
should
like
be better.
half hour later they'd find me crying in a ditch. But at the start, I reckon some people were bricking themselves like, holy shit, I'm going to have to quit running.
Look at Will go, he's going to win.
But it was just so funny because like, I wasn't as bad as when you saw me on day 6, but at the start
Yeah.
of day 5, like going through the campsite and registering and all of that, and I'm limping like fuck. My parents brought me a bacon sarnie, and I'm just sat on this fence like monged out trying to eat this, and everyone is around me, and I've just blanked everyone because I'm just not with it. Hobbling over to the start line, they do a big announcement for the guys raising money, and they call me out. Everyone's cheering, and I'm like, guys, I feel broken. Like, please help me. And then like it's just like, right, 3, 2, 1, go, and I'm like, what? Go, right, let's go. Sprint off. Yeah, and then I was like, first 10 miles, I was feeling great. I was like, I'm loving this. I'm top 10, like, and then yeah, no. That didn't end well.
Did you find the route easy enough? Because as you know, that's the hardest route, Nav 1.
I don't think it is. Like, you follow the yellow posts, it points you in the right direction, you get to one, and it's got an arrow, and it's like, over there. I'm like, okay, right, it's that way.
I wear glasses, so I can't see the yellow. I don't wear my glasses
I
to
think
run.
it did help that by the point where it then starts getting difficult,
Yeah.
I was fucked, and Plod was with me, and he's done it like so many times. So
he was in
just
front
like,
of me on Adam, and we used his head torch in the distance to find where to go. For the whole last 10 miles, I think, he was just in front with his gang. And I was before, like, I really knew him. I knew he was the dance slam. It was like, there's a guy doing all of them. Must be something, must have mistaken that. But yeah.
And then
Skills.
you see him, and he's pissed, and he was overweight at the time.
And he's drinking halfway through.
He was drinking at the start of most of them. So, and you're just like, how is this guy like running all of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like we said, he's lost a ton of weight.
Yeah.
And he's smashing out sub 25Ks now. So,
like, I've seen a picture of him doing. I can't remember. He was like proper veins and everything.
Yeah,
It's like,
deadlift
that
picture.
is some skills.
yeah. Yeah, he's getting strong.
Yeah, well, no.
Amazing coach, I've heard.
I've heard there's a good coach
I've heard his
involved.
coach is like just the best in Wales.
He does some good track sessions on a Sunday.
Yeah, every Sunday, 8 a.m. I heard.
Yeah.
King George V track, like yeah,
A lovely track, even in the snow.
yeah, especially in the snow.
Yeah. Not the best for a sub 20.
No, we'll blame the snow and not John's pacing.
Yeah.
So Dannapona then.
Yeah.
Was that last year? You did it, yeah.
Yeah. I can't work. I was trying to work out the years before I came, and I was like, what year are we in? what, did I meet you this year, or did I do that this year? But yeah, since like this last year, from the beginning of the year when I was absolutely battered, like properly struggling to do anything, like to now, like everything feels like I've overcome something from realizing that I was in such a bad place
Yeah.
to being unable to sleep like for 2 months. That was not fun at the beginning of the last year. And then being able to train even whilst I was ill, to then going into all those ultras and coming through them and not going back to where I was. So I kind of feel like I owe a bit to the homeopath for helping me on that one, because she really made me realise what was affecting me.
What exactly did you do to get over that then? So like you said, you did the slam, and then like as soon as you finished, it was just like everything hit you.
Yeah.
Everything came back. Like what was it that got you through that, from being ill to being able to do these 100-milers and sign up to do like a last minute 30-miler with me on my birthday, and like so that's quite a jump.
Yeah, it was just realising what was causing it was the main problem, because I just, after the slam, it hit me like almost straight away, but I didn't recognise it at first. I didn't So I was going to work, and I'd come home and I'd have like big slices in my legs from my socks cutting through my legs, and it's like, that's normal. It's normal. I'll keep doing it. So I got into like November, and it was still like, I was still running as well. I was running. I was going, yeah, I've just got tight socks on or something. It's cutting in my legs. It's normal. And it got to a point where I wasn't sleeping either, and I was like, how am I not sleeping? I've just worked a night shift, and I'm not able to go to sleep. So next day I'd come home, I wouldn't be able to sleep, and then I got in contact with a homeopath, and she talked me through like my whole. I was warned beforehand, it's going to be deep, and you're going to have to talk about things you've never talked about. Because I've never been someone who shows too much emotion. My family probably know that. Like, I don't say anything. I don't do much hugging. Like doing like the Pegasus events, like to just from being a non-hugger to like straight away. It's like Dan is like, I'm a hugger, and it's like, and then Reese at the end, it's like, I'll do that. I'll have a go at that. But I kind of forgot where I am now. But yeah. So she talked me through everything, and it's like, have you ever thought it could be stress that is causing the skin? And I was like, no, it's got to be something else. And he's like, oh, how do you feel when your wife was ill? And I mentioned like happiness was gone and everything, and she said, well, maybe that's part of your problem. And then it would be go back to like when it first happened in COVID, and it was like, did you have any stress in COVID? I was like, yeah, I was trying to teach the kids and trying to work because we were both working out. And she said, well, maybe that's your problem. And then she was trying to tell me, like, because I was still on the drugs which were losing my hair and everything. And she said, why are you taking them for? You know they're going to make you bad. And it's like, yeah, but the doctor told me. The doctor told me to take them. And it's like, well, what if you don't take them? And I was like, well, the doctor told me to. She's like, what are you trusting the doctor for? It's like, I don't know. So I stopped taking the drugs, and she started giving me her remedies, which at first I thought, this is witchcraft. This can't be real. You can't fix someone with whatever that is. I don't even know what it is. Little clear tablets they were, all different types. And she was saying, you take them, and we'll see how you are the next time. And it'd go through, and it'd go, oh, I feel a bit better. Swelling's gone down on my legs, like my skin's not itchy, and it's like, well, maybe we'll try a next thing. And then she moved me to something else, and then moved me to something different, and it just got like progressively better. Like we'd have our monthly meetings, and she's like, you ran, like she knew I was a runner, so she said, you ran that distance and there's nothing wrong with you now. And it's like, yeah, I'm all right. My skin's getting better. And she's like, well, think about what has caused you to be like this, and what are you doing now and what you did before. You run the whole time, and nothing affects you from running, so it's not your running that's causing your problems. And it was just that click in my head that when I realised it's probably stress, and I've probably been holding it in is my main thing. It was like, I've always been told, like, because I'm like 46, and when I was a kid, if you had any emotions, oh look, he's weak. So it was like, I've always held everything in, like swallowed it down. Oh, I'm not gonna cry. Nothing like that. So the homeopath would say, like, do you ever cry? And I was like, no. Why would they do that for? And like, did you cry when your wife was ill? It's like, no. It's like, did you feel like you could? It's like, yeah. And I just swallowed it down, and it's like, well, think about things when you like. Maybe you should get upset. Maybe you should have emotions. But
It's hard, isn't it?
yeah, like especially when you don't know enough about what's happening to how you're supposed to feel. Because my imagination goes crazy all the time. Like I'll think every possible eventuality. I'll think about, what if this happens? Oh man, if that happens, what am I gonna do? And it was just eating me, like destroying me inside. And I would just like swallow it down. Whoa. And then the way she described it is your skin is the release. So your body's releasing everything through your skin. And like I've deleted the pictures. I kept all the pictures of when I was ill because you had to send them to the doctor. And it was like some sort of weird OnlyFans no skin picture. But it was just to remind myself, like, this is what I looked like, and am I getting as bad? And I got to a point where I'd be checking all the time to see, oh, is it as bad as it was? Am I getting it back again? And it's like, no, just delete the pictures and forget about it, because you're overthinking stuff. I overthink everything. Like even today, I was thinking, has Will got the right person? Am I the Matt he wants? It's like all the way I'm like going, is he gonna get hold of me in a minute and say, you're not the Matt I was looking for?
No, you definitely are, mate. Like, yeah, I think there's a common theme with almost everyone that comes on the podcast, where whenever I ask them on, they're like, are you sure you want to talk to me? Like, why me? And I'm like, oh, like, I think you're interesting. I like talking to you. And like, that's how I describe it to people, is like, do I talk to you outside of the podcast? Like, am I interested in you and your life? And they're like, well, yeah, but that's different. And I'm like, but it's not, because that's what this podcast is I get to talk to my friends and hang out and catch up. Like, and everyone overthinks it, and they're like, oh my God, like, it's such an official thing. And I'm like, it's literally just me. You're on my sofa, like.
I thoughts were like, I don't want to mess his podcast up. I don't want to be that person who's like, Will's podcast, don't listen to that anymore. Look, it's got him on it. Who's he?
That could literally be anyone. Like, I get it. Courtney, like, in my eyes, one of the most deserving people to be called an adventure athlete.
Oh, yeah.
Comes on the podcast and she's like...
runs to work.
Yeah, 32k. Like 20 miles each way to and from a night shift as a firefighter.
I can't do post-night shift straight into like that long.
Yeah.
I have to have a little 2 hours sleep or something before I do anything.
So she's a savage, and before the podcast, like, I've sponsored her at this point, and she's even like, oh, I really don't think I should be on it, like, no one's gonna listen. Saying the same things as you, of being like, oh, what if people stop listening because of me? She's my second most listened to podcast ever.
That was a good podcast.
Exactly. And like, people are probably going to say the same about this one.
You learn things from people though, don't you? Because I spoke to Rich when we were running together. I think it was your birthday, and or before, and just because I know what he said in his thing, I opened up to him with me, and he was like, oh, I didn't know that. If you ever need to talk, and he's like, Rich is a great guy as well, and he's just It was just nice to, because I've seen it. I know we can compare, sort of thing. Not compare. That sounds a bit weird.
You've got that common ground.
Yeah. So it's kind of nice as well that you can, like, even with yourself, like when you've messaged me before you, and you're talking about your problems, like, brought mine out, because I've never told anybody anything really. Like, I've told family or whatever, but I don't really. It's that whole thing of feeling weak. Like, people think, oh, he's weak. No, look at him. You don't want to feel like that, but no one will, though, will they? It's just your brain is telling you.
And I think it's hard for me as well. Like, my thing isn't about weakness. My thing is being a burden to others.
Yeah.
I really don't want to be a burden to others, because, like, in my head, I'm like, well, I've got all this stress on me. Like, I'm busy. I've got everything going on in my life and my work, and like I've got all of these things that's really stressing me out. I don't want to bother someone else because they've probably got just as many things. And I'm like, well, then I'm becoming another thing that's on their list, and it's very rarely like that. But then, like, because I've had that in my head, and then when I have told people before I was so public with how I feel, and like now I still think it, but like I've told people stuff before, and then they've actually been like, you're a bit of a burden, and like use phrases like that, and it's like broken me.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, now I don't want to talk to anyone about this ever again. But as hard as it's been, like I've stuck with it, and it's mostly because of the podcast, because I'm meeting people and I want to have that open conversation with you, right? So the way you do that is you've got to relate to them, and like I always feel like people come on here and they treat it almost like a therapy session.
That's what I was going to say. Do I have to pay it? Like,
they just open up to me, and then it's like I can't not.
So my wife
open up
said,
back.
is this a therapy session for you? I was like, yeah, probably.
I think it is for a lot of people, which I always find it funny because I wanted this to be a sports podcast.
Yeah, I
when
know.
I started it up. It was going to
that.
be like a sports science podcast.
Yeah.
It was all going to be about like elite performance and like, oh, this is how you do this. Like more like the Huberman podcast of like, this is factual and scientific. And it has not been that whatsoever. I usually ask people like, when there's people that I'm like, oh, you know a bit about sports performance, and like I'll ask them, and then it will just go into a story being like completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
So,
That's what I thought. I thought, does he mind me talking about my issues that have led me where I am? It's like I didn't want to, like you said, burden you with my problems.
but that's where it's like gone, and that's what I love about it. Is like this podcast is all about connection. And like I think you see that in the community that are around the podcast now. Like I don't ever think it's my community by like any stretch of the imagination. Like it's just cool people doing cool things, and they just happen to have been on the podcast. But because the way the podcast is, and like we've got this connection now, then it like opens up, like you're saying, you listen to Rich's podcast, and it's like I feel like I can talk to him because I know the things he's been through, and it's opened that door up for so many people. Because I'm on like 120 odd podcasts now. So you've got 120 people where you can flick through and be like, oh, like I resonate with that. Like I can chat to them and reach out, and that's been like amazing to see, and seeing so many people come together for like the events that I'm going to be running and things like that. It's like, what a little community we've got. Like going out for a birthday ultra, and like the amount of people that turn up, and it's just like, this is class.
I did my birthday ultra on my own, and my watch didn't work properly. And I missed my water on that one as well, and pooped myself. It's normal stuff, you know, the normal things.
It's definitely normal for you at this point.
It was like 26 miles, and the wife just left. She was supposed to meet me with the water and change her clothes, and she just, I'll meet you on the mountain on Bloringe. And I was like, I haven't got any water or food, and I may have accidentaled myself. But I kept going, and then my watch didn't work, and it was like, it counted in my mind. It still counts as an ultra.
100%. You know my thoughts about watches and how I think people should do stuff without them.
Yeah, that is... someone should do a race where you don't have a watch or a phone.
That might actually be a really good idea.
It might be a thing one day.
Might be a thing, yeah, one day. Yeah, but yeah, you've done some wild things, to be fair.
I did a street marathon as well back in COVID, because there was no races, was there? And I made it into a whole race weekend where I got my kids to do the registration, videoed them, and I had a shop, and they made like the start line, but my street was only like 0.01, so it was a long day to do a marathon. And that was probably because you weren't allowed to go anywhere, but also I didn't like to get lost, so street, I can't get lost. I can get lost in my street. I could probably get lost in my house. So many a times I don't know where I'm going in my house.
You just have to ask your missus, like, where's the toilet again?
Where's the kitchen got? I don't think I've ever got in the garden because it's I don't know where it is. I don't know where that is.
You wouldn't find your way back if you made it to the garden. That'd be it. Oh, yeah. I think the podcast is great at bringing people together, but I think that it's also a place where anyone is welcome. Like, obviously, there's like in my head, there's the criteria of, is there something that I want to learn from this person? Is there like stories that I want to hear, things like that? But as long as like I'm up for a conversation, then it's like, no, that's fine. Like, come on the podcast. The
whole adventure thing for me has been a massive curve in my. Like, I would never have done anything like I'm doing now a few years ago. No. Like this complete change. Like, even just to come here would have never happened. Like, to go anywhere on any public transport, or to go anywhere where I didn't know the route, would have destroyed me. I would have been like crying.
Anywhere that's not Roath Park.
Yeah.
It's just like, what? No.
So many.
Where's the lake?
Yeah. So many Roath Park runs. I don't even do it anymore because of the whole. I've done this too many times.
You've completed Roath Park.
Completed it.
What's next for you then? I know you said Devona. Have you got anything else lined up before?
I've got St David's Marathon in Pembrokeshire.
Nice.
But I'm going to make that an ultra.
Of course you are.
No reason for that.
Just for a laugh.
And I've got Bowen was sold out, and I asked for a place and going. So now I'm in Bowen. So John,
see you there.
John, can I have a lift, please?
John, can I have a lift as well?
Can I?
Saves me driving.
What have I got after that? I don't know what I'm asking. I got your race. Everyone, Ogmore Valley Half Marathon.
Yeah.
That I won.
Yeah. He won a free entry to the Ogmore Valley Trail Half.
I wouldn't mind doing the Triggy one, but I'm not sure if I'm away. And it's like close to Devona, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fairly close to Devona.
I might do it. I might still do it.
Nice.
Is it?
Trig point 12. That'll be a good one.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. I'm going to go recce the route just to make sure. So, yeah. Because, I haven't actually been up there properly yet. So, we'll see what the route's like. It'll be spicy because it's up the Rigos.
Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone where it is.
Sorry.
Keep it secret.
I mean, it's on the website, but
I also love a challenge.
Yeah.
So I don't normally tell people that I'm doing a challenge. Throughout my running, it's always been, I'll pick somebody, not tell him. I won't tell him that I'm competing against them. It's always been the same. Like it was always my mate who I started running with, Matt, and I always had to beat him on half. We only did half marathons, but he's still doing like the halves and the marathons now, but at fast. It's like, I've done the fast. I've completed all that. Done. And then it was like, picking someone else, and I'm thinking, I'll pick them. I've never met them, but it was like, I'll pick them, and I got to get a better time than them. And then last year, I actually told the person at when I was with you, and it was Laurie, and I said, I've been using you all year because she was doing a Pona as well. I used her, and I had to weekly. It was just a weekly thing. I got to do as many miles. But then I did something stupid and chose you this year. I don't know what I did. I don't know why I told you as well. I told you because you got injured.
Yeah.
And I thought, he's injured now. It'll cheer him up. So I thought, I'll do more ultras than you. And that's the stupidest thing I've ever said.
I mean, I only did 24 last year.
Yeah, that's more than I've done altogether. I've done 23 ultras.
So I've actually done more in a year than you have. I'm taking that.
No, I'm gonna win. So I'm gonna.
You might do. I've been injured.
Yeah.
I've only I've run one ultra this year so far, and we're in February. So like.
Yeah. I messaged you when I did mine, didn't I? Messaged you to say this account, and so I'm doing another one next week.
Nice.
Just because I'm not in work, and I thought it's a perfect opportunity to do an ultra.
Yeah.
What else should you do on your day off?
No, exactly.
Because if I'm not working, I find that I have so much legs left. Because work, between you and me, and the camera, and the people who might be watching, work is shit. I basically lift stock for the 9 hours, and it's kind of classed as my strength training because every cage is like 400 odd kilos, so you got to push them cages and pull them, but it's not enough strength training. So I have been doing, from your advice, been doing strength training, and I've started a bit of plyos as well.
Yes,
I love it. I love it. It was only beginners plyos, but don't half fuck your legs up.
Yeah.
I want to be able to jump a fence again. Well, I've never jumped a fence. I mean, I want to. But yeah, you can see the difference though in yourself, just because my knees, they do take a pounding in work. A lot of kneeling on the floor as well doesn't help. But I found that I used to get like really bad knee pains in ultras where they would just be sore. Like I had it in a Pona, and it was like 4 hourly tablets just to get through. But that's part of the fun, isn't it? But since then I've been doing a lot more strength training, but I don't do conventional strength training because I don't go to gyms. I do. It's gonna sound weird. It's not. I use my kids as weights.
Class.
So I got up to nearly 50 kilos squatting, and yeah, I thought like, maybe I can get to my own body weight, but I can't lift myself. So
you'll have to get the missus involved.
Yeah, get the missus out. But I can't do gyms. I don't know how you do it. It's like a lot of this body issues. Like I don't want. So to me, I feel like I'm full of scars, and I don't like people seeing them, even though there's not any there. Like I won't go swimming because my arms are like really scarred, and I remember it was like my back was covered, my front was covered. There's nothing there, but to me, I still see it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to like put it on anyone else, even though there's nothing there. It's in my head, like a body issues, just body. It's weird.
What about like a home gym, like nothing complicated, but just like
a
few bits.
I have got some weights. I have for when those kids aren't around. But there's certain things you can't get at home in there. Like, but yeah, I don't mind lifting kids. It's the wrong. That's only my own kids. Only my own kids. I don't go to schools and pick up random kids.
I mean, it can't be worse than. Did you listen to Jimmy's podcast?
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Yeah, if there's kids that like are misbehaving, doesn't even have to be your kids. Take them to a carvery. Like that'll teach them. They'll behave then." And I was like, "Whoa, I can't go around saying abduct kids and take them to a carvery. That is not what this podcast is about." Yeah, so it's better than that. Like,
yeah, it's only my own kids I lifted up. But yeah, I'd really like my eldest daughter to do an ultra.
There you go.
But they don't care. They're teenagers. They don't want to know. They may change in the future. But Gwen, you're doing an ultra one day.
One day. I mean, like I I hated sports and
Yep,
everything
same.
as a kid. So
I didn't do anything.
exactly. Like, wait till
I
they're
just
older.
computer gamed for eternity. I still kind of do now, but I
don't have the attention span for it anymore. I can't sit still long enough. I don't even have a telly.
yeah, I
Like,
know,
I'm
I know. I was looking for your telly. I was like, you must have one somewhere. Gotta have
Hidden
someone.
in a cupboard somewhere.
Yeah.
He's lying. He's a fraud.
There's a telly. No, like, yeah, I didn't do it. I left school. I did martial arts for years, like lots of different martial arts, mostly kung fu for quite a few years, and then I just went from that to playing five-a-side football, and then I stopped doing any exercise of any variety for years, and it was only because my daughter was born in October, and we couldn't get home from the hospital because the roads were all closed for the half, and it was like, what is this? Why are there people running? I've never even heard of it before. I never even knew that a thing existed, and it was only from then that I went, oh, I'll try that. Gotta be easy, innit? Half marathon. But yeah, from there it's developed into doing
100
nonsense.
Peak nonsense.
Yeah, great stuff. The best type.
Yeah.
You can't do just races. You got to do stupid stuff as well.
Yeah. No, that's the adventure athlete way, you know.
Yeah, you got to you got to have some fun.
Yeah.
You got to have fun, like Dan's party at the back. I love that. That's
Fun bus it.
yeah, that's great.
But we're progressing that. It's going to be fun bus from the front.
I
now.
know.
That's the thing. Still going to be
You can do that.
same old party bus,
Yeah,
but we're just going to be winning.
I've had so many people, like, during halves, like, I'll halves, marathon, even ultras, I'll talk constant nonsense the whole way round. And I've had so many people complain, like, how are you talking? You should be unable to talk. It's like, why? You gotta have fun. Like, when I did half last year dressed as Mario and Luigi, my mate, and some guy pushed me out of the way because I was just having fun. It's like, what's wrong with people? It's all about time, innit? Time.
But it can be about time, and you can still have fun and talk.
Yeah.
Like,
I can talk anyway. It doesn't matter.
I did OTT last year, ultra, great ultra, 30 mile, and there was bits where, like, I'm pushing, like, I'm gunning for, like, top 10 places.
Yeah.
And there's bits where I'm pelting it down a downhill, and I've got my headphones in, and I'm just singing, like, top of my lungs.
Yeah.
And I'm just, like, pelting it, just singing, like, hey! And it's like, shouldn't you be struggling? You're racing. And it's like, I am struggling.
Yeah.
But, like, this is helping me with my struggle.
Yeah, you can struggle and talk bollocks. It's like I wouldn't be able to get through if I couldn't talk to anybody. It's part of my way.
Yeah.
If I'm not talking shit at the loudest possible voice you can imagine, like during, I can't remember, I think it was Pigham, like people were getting lost, and both of them, there was people getting lost, and they said, I only got my way through it because I could hear you talking, and it was like, where were you? They might have been miles just because I got such
Probably why they're getting lost, because they're listening to your voice being like, oh, it must be the way, and then you're just like in the middle of a field somewhere.
this guy's talking shit. You got to though. You got to have fun.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be anything in it otherwise, would there? Just be running and breathing heavy
For hours.
Yeah, who wants to do that? Oh,
Right. Going back then to your call for adventure, what advice would you give that person before they'd had that call, that moment that changed everything? What advice would you go back and give them? No.
Don't be a scaredy pants. Get out of your house. Don't worry. It's so many things I could say. But, yeah, if you dwell on things too long, they're going to stop you doing them. So you need to just do it. Just get out. Don't take your watch. I didn't have a watch when I first started running. They didn't have them then. back in the 1800s. They are kind of a newer thing, though, aren't they?
They are, and everyone's obsessed with them now,
Yeah.
and Strava, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't really... Like, it's pretty much just... Don't be so scared. Because I was a scaredy pants. I wouldn't have done anything. Road Park. Road Park for 8 miles, and that was it. That was the longest I ran before anything. That'll do. That's enough, innit? Now I'll just do however many miles.
I'll do 30 miles just because someone's asked you to on a whim.
Yeah, just... Yeah, just
oh, yeah, I'm not working that day. Cool, I'll come.
yeah, I'll do that whenever. If you ever want to do an ultra, Will, I'll do an ultra with you.
Well, yeah, we both got to get our numbers up to beat each other. So.
Well, yeah, as long as I'm close.
Yeah.
I know you're 3 100s. That's classed as 1 in my eyes.
No, that's 3. Because it's 3 different events. I have to drive between them.
Yeah,
so that's 3.
You can have 3. I'll let you have 3.
I'll take those 3.
You can take those. That's the only 3 you get in it.
Because I got those 3. Then I'm doing Epona as Epona as well. So that's 4.
Oh yeah, you're doing the new Epona.
Yeah.
Are you doing the?
Then I'm doing the new Epona for the 300s as well.
You should do the old one.
I'm glad they've changed it. I'd
Yeah.
love to look at that route.
That was good. It was going over like the Black Mountains, like, and seeing everything. And you're like, we got to be there in a minute.
Yeah, because I genuinely probably would prefer to do the old Epona for this 300s, but I was talking about this last night to someone where it's like I have to have, in my eyes, you have to have the highest standard for yourself.
Yeah.
So then no one can question what you're doing. Like with the 6, I was like, I'm doing the official routes and I'm starting at the same time they would, and my checkpoints are the same time, the same points that they are on the course, and everything is as official as possible. And people are like, oh yeah, you don't have to do that. And I'm like, no, but there's always going to be that one person that's trying to nitpick it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want that person to be me.
Yeah.
I don't want someone else looking in and like, if there's something that I'm like, cool, like I haven't considered that, there's a reason I haven't considered it, and if someone nitpicks that, then I'm like, I honestly don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But I don't want someone turning around and being like, oh well, that's like the official way of doing it, and then like it's just in my head then, and I'm like, fuck, like I should have done it better.
People who say like, if you've done an event, say that counts, but if you've done it and it's not an event, it don't count. And I'm like, of course it counts. A marathon is a marathon, no matter how far you go. So an ultra is an ultra. It's just because it's not got a medal at the end, it doesn't need to be.
I get it for if you're looking at like
times. Guess.
Yeah, and like I get that there's a difference between an official time and your training time, because it's the same with like Olympic lifting or powerlifting, where it's like whatever you're lifting in the gym, that might be your PB. But that's not counting until you're at a competition, because it's the whole variable of you don't get to pick when it is. Like, you can't just wait till you're on a good day and then being like, oh yeah, I've got like the best best time. Like the same with like the Olympics. Like you might break a world record 100-meter sprint in training, but unless you do it at a sanctioned event, it's not going to count.
Yeah.
So like I understand that side of it. But saying like, oh, you haven't run a marathon because you like did it on your own. It's like, I've done the distance. What do you want about?
Technically, because my mate says my marathons don't count because they were. They count.
I probably only did like 8 ultras last year, and not 24. Like,
yeah, I know, innit? I did 10 last year, and like most of them were probably not even official, so I've probably done 4 or 5 official ones. I can't remember, but the rest of them were like either with you.
Does my 6 count then? Because only one of them was an official event, so
they count. It's like those people who won medals for 5Ks.
Throwing it out there.
Not that I would have a medal for anything, but
like I've said to people, if you turn up to the Ogmore Valley Trail Half and you're expecting a medal at the end, you better have won.
I better win then.
So, because there's not going to be medals there. You'll get something. I'm not saying like don't give people something for participating. Yeah, great.
It's that medals participation.
Are you going to get a trophy at these events soon? Do you get a trophy for finishing an ultra or a marathon or a 5k? No, you don't get one, because it's like that is reserved for first, second, third. So why do you want a medal? It's the same thing. Medals are first, second, third.
It's about 1,500 foot, the Ogmore Valley, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
You'll have to ask Courtney. She's in
I
charge.
think it's on the events thing.
Yeah.
I was just thinking,
Courtney knows.
is Courtney running as well?
She's director,
Good.
so she won't be
very
running.
fast, that's all.
Um,
I might have to put my fast shoes on again. Back in the sub 130 days.
John's doing it.
Yeah.
So,
John's giving me a lift. He
Yeah.
doesn't know, but he...
Oh, he is.
Or if Shan, you're doing it. My wife.
There we go.
So get her in. Come on.
Yep. So if anyone else is looking at signing up, like, now's
How
the
many?
time.
What are your numbers for it?
We've capped it at 50.
Oh, whoosh, I can win that. I can.
Yeah, it's our first year doing it. We've got all the permissions, everything set out already. We're good to go. We got the start line. Need to get some gazebos and stuff.
Oh,
I didn't even
love
think
it.
about that, but
Oh,
we got
yeah.
2 aid stations.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love
it's going to be a good event.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. Yeah, we're going to make it the best we can with the ability we have between me and Courtney. So, not much. But
It'll be
trying.
brilliant.
The vibes will be there, the community spirit.
The nonsense.
Yeah, it is going to be pure nonsense. In fact, this is probably going to be like the least nonsense event that we're ever going to do. So if you want a semi-sensible event, it's probably the one for you, because it's only going to
get in on it.
It's only going to get worse, guys. Like, it's going to get more and more ridiculous the more we do. So
yeah,
I can't wait. Well, thank you for coming on, mate. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know.
I'm still not sure you invited the right man, but I'm hoping I did well for you.
No, you did good. You did good. Thanks again.
Now everybody watch it.
Thanks again for listening to another episode of the Adventure Athletes podcast. If you want to find out more about what we do at Adventure Athletes, head over to adventureathletes.co.uk and you can sign up to all of our events. You can sign up for coaching both in person and online. You can sign up for sports massage. You can sign up for outdoor activity days like the National Three Peaks and get guided by one of our expert guides. So just head over to adventureathletes.co.uk and don't forget to help us spread the word of the podcast. Give it a like, give us a follow, give it a share it with your friends, your family, your mum, your dad, your cat, your nan, everyone you can imagine, because the more views and the further we spread this podcast, the more I can keep this going. There's been a few times in the past 3 years where I've been so close to giving up, and it's all been made possible by you guys and your guest recommendations and giving us listens, giving us support, so we can keep going. The more we can spread this, the bigger and better the podcast can get. Until next time, guys.